Welcome everyone to Las Vegas, Nevada. We're actually out here in Henderson today in 89012. And I have this home for sale behind me. It just hit the market 7 days ago. And I might get in trouble for this. I don't know, but I'm really disappointed. Typically, you know my channel, you know me. Other than people peeling out of the neighborhood here, it is a gated community. We're right here off Horizon Ridge. And very disappointed in this home. Now we're going to tour this home today. It's listed for $920,000. That's $310 a square foot. 2,964 square feet, so almost 3,000 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 5 baths, and that does include a casita. Now, when we go inside, there's so many little things that are easily fixed. And when you're selling a home for over $900,000, I just feel like these little things should be addressed. And then there's some builder situations and design choices. And again, I might get in trouble for this. I don't know. And typically I'm very positive and I only look at the bright side. But for some reason, just going through this home, not very excited about it, to be honest. But I want to show you some of the things inside that I see as a realtor and touring so many homes. And now, is this a terrible home? No, it's not. I believe it's a Blue Heron home, which is a reputable builder. And it's a pretty decent design, but yeah, just kind of confused when I walked through this home. I didn't even turn on all the lights because I didn't know if I was actually going to tour this home. I thought about just leaving. And I've done this before and I'm like, you know what, let's go inside and let's just talk about some of these things. I'm not trying to be overly negative. I'm not trying to tear this home down or the realtor, but I just want to show you some things that I find. So follow me inside. Let's tour this $920,000 home. Maybe it's the right home for you. A lot of this stuff can be fixed. Some of the things though, just design choices or finish choices. But yeah, let's go inside, let's take a look. Now it does have amazing strip views from upstairs. We have some beautiful strip views. There's like a 3rd floor, kind of little party room, little, loft area with a balcony looking out over the entire city and the strip. I mean, that's beautiful, but I'm Andrew Guiant with Simply Vegas. We're gonna go inside this tour, inside this home and tour it right now just for you. And I hope you like what I'm gonna do today. A little bit different, but let's go inside and check it out. Follow me. Okay, here we are. We have this Blue Heron home. It is a corner lot. We have the gate to the neighborhood right there. So it is a gated community, 89012. Beautiful modern design. Always love these Blue Heron homes. And they're a little bit polarizing. Some people love them. Some people really don't like them. But if you're into kind of the modern look, then this could be a great home for you in some senses. But yeah, so first thing first, says lockbox is on the front door, so I need the lockbox to get the key to get inside. And it says use the gate to go around the side because there's a front door that's locked here. So first thing I did was, go through all these bushes that maybe need a little trim. And it's just the side garage door. And then I realized there is a gate on this side of the home. I'm just not sure why we're sending people that want to tour the home through here to get it open. There is a little courtyard. Just to start, I do like the elevation. I like this kind of slate tile look on the front. Of course, I like this modern design. The modern garage door is beautiful. It's got that opaque glass. And we just have a modern desert landscape. This home was built in 2014, so about 11 years old here. They do have the security system. You can see the camera here and a camera there, and there's also cameras in the courtyard, so you can monitor your home. And yeah, we're right off of Horizon Ridge, just off of Gibson Road here to the southeast. Big 8-foot security door here. I do kind of like this. I just didn't like having to go around to get inside, but I like this modern paneling on the door, and this brings us into the courtyard. That typical Blue Heron red we see. And then we have a slider here. This kind of semi-covered, not really covered, more of a design here. Not going to give you much shade. but that's done in just wood. There is a little fire pit. I believe this is just a wood burning fire pit here. Yeah. And then place to hide your trash cans. Love to see that. Kind of a modern design on the pavers with the white rock. That's going to take you out back. There is low voltage lighting here, wired in as well. That's going to be the transformer there for those. But yeah, all the modern design and touches. We do have a balcony up here on the side of the home, more like a catwalk. And then the casita is going to be here, and it is a separate area of the home, completely disconnected. Now, if this person has a key to this door, they could just get in here, no problem. This key is different than the front door. So maybe a mother-in-law suite, place for your guests to stay. Those late nights out in Las Vegas when you have to work in the morning. And into the casita. So this casita, no kitchenette, just more of a bedroom with a bath. About 15 by 15, just kind of a square here. Then you do have the slider going out into the front. There are roller shades, and these are hand pull roller shades here. I think you gotta pull it all the way down to get it to go up. They did leave the curtain rods up there. Although, you know, the Amazon special there on the very lightweight curtain rods. So couldn't have too heavy of curtains up there. I always say if you're going to leave, if you have curtains in the home, go ahead and leave the curtain rods if you must take the curtains, because no one really wants to re-drill those holes. Usually the first time is the best on those. And we are also missing a cover plate on the center one there. See the cover plates on the edges? That one doesn't have the cover plate. And then also, there's no valance on these blinds, so you can see the clips that hold the blinds up. And I'm just pointing a lot of this stuff out because it is almost $1 million for this home. Now we do have Smurf tube running your electrics. You have your cable hookup and your power up there. No Cat 6 that I see in here. There's a small walk-in closet. We do have 10-foot ceilings, which is nice. I like this rail way up at the top there. If you did want to hang some extra clothes, kind of maximize your space. We have a loose screw just sitting right there. Simple walk through the home. Could have picked that up. The grout is very dirty in here. It is all tile, but you can see it is very dirty. Couple $100. You could get this grout looking real nice again. It is a light grout with a nice big tile. And also it doesn't seem to, maybe someone was here, but it's not super clean in general as tile anyways. And then the little bath here. Kohler undermount sink. You can see the mildew all the way around there. We have a light bulb out. And again, I'm just pointing these things out because you're spending almost $1 million and just little things that you would expect to be done. You know, anyone walking in here can see that, you know, this is going to come up in inspection. You need new grout all the way around the Courtyard countertops there. Plate from the toilet just pushed out a little bit. You can see that. I mean, literally 2 seconds. And you could just push it back in there. And yeah, just general dirt everywhere. Not a good feel when you walk into one of these homes. And the other reason I'm pointing this out is, you know, for, again, $920,000, you spend $1,000 and this home could be much more appealing. Fix a lot of these items. And just in general, kind of make it smell good, look good, feel good. Now again, as a listing agent, we always suggest these things. Our job is to tell the seller our expertise, explain, you know, what kinds of things sell homes, and maybe the seller doesn't want to touch it, you know. And in that case, depending on how confident you are in the price as this listing agent, maybe you want to invest in that. Again, I don't know if this is builder aftermarket, but you can see just really bad paint lines around this window here. I don't know if you can see that on camera. but a razor blade in 5 minutes takes care of all of that. So yeah, sloppy here and here. Maybe I'm being ultra critical today, but I just want to make sure you know what you're buying. And when I do walkthroughs with you in person, these are kind of the things I point out. And I know I tend to be real positive on these videos and try to, you know, just point out the good. We also have a thumbtack right there that's painted over. You can see that. So somebody comes in here, they pull that thumbtack out, you're gonna have a little spot of whatever color the wall was. So if you don't have the same paint, you're either painting the whole wall, you're leaving the thumbtack, or you're gonna have a little patch spot that doesn't match. And then you can see here, more white primer around the edges. I do like this Pebble Tech style concrete here. And then, yeah, I mean, just standing right here, we have the Pebble Tech. We have these kind of gray pavers. We have regular bricks there. We have another type of red square brick out there. We also have these blocks for the fire pit. So just standing here, I see 4 or 5 different types of materials. Oleanders here, got to keep these trimmed. They're going to keep growing. Very soft wood, easy to trim. But I think every couple years, you just got to cut those way back. They do have beautiful flowers. And then this is going to be the front door here. They've put some sort of texture on the inside, I believe, of the front door. We'll look at that when we get inside. We also have an electronic keypad, brushed nickel handles. My watch is talking to us, and we'll walk inside here. Okay, so as we walk in, you walk right into this main living area, our living room kitchen. It's kind of a great room. If I turn around here, you can see LED pad for the alarm, Honeywell, kind of a modern style alarm, 8-foot doors. This texture or whatever this is seems to be in between the panes, so that's like part of the door. We do have a crystal. Is that? Oh, there we go. We have a crystal kind of chandelier right over the entrance as well. We do have surround sound built in. And this is a big room. A very, very large couch here kind of in this area. We do have the slider going out to the front, and again, hand pull blinds here. Then on the back wall, you're gonna have cable management. I'm not sure exactly why there's Smurf tubes on the sides. Oh, maybe that's so you can run your speaker. Maybe if you want to run, like, you know, have some big floor speakers, maybe that's, you don't have to have the wires going on the floor or across. So I guess I kind of like that. Then we have a cable hookup there. Just trying to decipher everything I see. So we have Smurf tube here, Smurf tube there. That's going to be the speaker hookups there for everything. You can see the overall just dirt on top of, like, what happened here. Did they repaint this wall? This is just wide open. Not a big deal, just pointing it out. And then more of those Smurf tubes over there. We do have another light bulb out here. That's one of my pet peeves, is light bulbs out. You know, it doesn't matter the price of the home. As an agent, I always spend 20, 50, $100 if necessary. Make sure all the light bulbs match color and are new. Well, you don't have to switch them out to be new, but just make sure they're all on. There's also a beep that's just going on constantly. I don't know if you'll hear it in the background. Almost smells like a smoke alarm. Not sure, but it's just every once in a while it beeps. And then we have 3 sliders going out back. I do like that setup. We can see Sunrise Mountain in the back there. We have 3 more light bulbs out here. We got one there, one here. if you do purchase this home, I'll be happy to throw in all the light bulbs so you can have nice fresh light bulbs. The other problem with light bulbs out is the inspectors, depending on your inspector, will sometimes say consult an electrician, you know, and they allude to the fact that it might be the electrical that's a problem. Now, 98 out of 100 times it's just a light bulb, but you know, just more complication in the process. So another reason to have light bulbs just all working, so you don't get that inspector pointing them out, adding it to the list. I just closed on a property where they were afraid the light under the closet was an electrical issue. So I went over, I switched the light bulb, it was fine. You know, but just an extra step where, you know, just change the light bulbs out. You can see the backyard here, and yeah, you can see the strip. I can see the stratosphere from standing downstairs. So kind of cool, good location. We have a double waterfall island, and then this kind of breakfast table built in, I guess is what that is. Now this does give an overall low feeling to the whole kitchen. And we have two types of countertops. We have this one here, and then we go to this beautiful quartz with the veining, and then back to this one here. So not sure why that is. It's not like it looks really bad, but it's kind of just interesting to me. Agreeable gray on all the walls, white trim, white modern baseboards, like 4-inch. And we're into the kitchen right away. But yeah, I mean, you can see 4 chairs at this little area, and that's kind of your breakfast nook. Now, the thing with that is that's where you're eating. There's no other space to eat unless you're sitting on the couch. So no other space for a table, no dining area. I mean, that's pretty much it, and it's built in. Now, for some of you, that might be great. You love it. Other people might be an issue. Just did want to point that out. We also have a glass break sensor. So when you see these in the home, that's basically will detect the frequency of broken glass. So if someone shatters one of these doors or shatters a window, that will trigger that alarm. And typically those are good for about, I think, like 12 to 15 feet. So you need multiples if you're concerned with that. Could use a little wipe here. I don't think that's paint. It's like you just need a bleach wipe there. Backsplash, very dark. A little different from the aesthetic of the rest of the vibe of the kitchen here. But it does go all the way up the wall. And again, taste-driven things. Maybe you like it, maybe you don't. Just wanted to point it out. We kind of have white cabinets, white countertops, and this very dark backsplash here. I do like these handles, shaker style cabinets here. Not soft close. 920,000. We do have dovetail drawers. Are those soft close? Yes, drawers are soft close. Let's try another cabinet. Maybe it was just that one. Nope. Okay. And then I do like this island with the kitchen here. Or the kitchen. That would be a sink, not a kitchen. I'm in the kitchen. We have GE monogram appliances mostly. So we have the GE monogram dishwasher here. That's solid. That's high-end luxury. We have the farmhouse style stainless sink. The gooseneck faucet. And this looks to be original to the home. Not an issue. Just pointing that out. And then we have GE monogram microwave. Advantium, and believe that's just a microwave. Sometimes these are convection as well, but we do have the regular oven down here also. Pantry to the left, all painted nicely. And you keep hearing that beep up there. I don't know what that is exactly, but it's gonna get real loud when we get upstairs. Good sized pantry, plenty of space here. Missing the $5 globe that goes over that light. You could change out this whole light to an LED for 30 bucks. But at least light bulbs are there and working. We have this very tall 8-foot interior door that's upgraded, brushed nickel parts, and again, just sloppy paint whenever they painted. So I don't know if they painted this house to sell or painted it recently, but just a lot of sloppy paint work. We're missing the vents. You can see all the grease up there, but we're missing like those filters that sit on here. So you're gonna have to supply those yourself. Do we think the lights work? Oh, the lights, 3 out of 4 lights work. We got one there that doesn't. Told you, I'm going through everything today. I don't know if it's the way I woke up or just the way I feel when I walked in, but whatever it is. We have an induction cooktop here. So this is electric. Big chip out of the actual cooktop there. So maybe I'm doing the inspection for you today. I don't know. But that's now something like this, obviously you're probably not going to change the whole thing out. Maybe you could have someone repair it so it's not as noticeable. Or you just factor that into the price of the home. I haven't run comps to this neighborhood, so maybe it is 200,000 under the going rate. I'm not sure. So we have the Samsung with the camera to view inside, which is pretty cool. So we're looking inside of the refrigerator right there. But nice fridge here. It is the black stainless. Probably just want to empty the ice out and turn the ice maker off. Again, just something you're gonna have to do when you move in. We got Hot Wheels up there and a party bag, bottle of water here, half drank. Now over to this side, we do have the laundry room. Let's see, with this home, you have washer, dryer, refrigerator, all included. These are nice washer and dryer, Samsung front loaders on the pedestals with the drawers. Good to see. Designated laundry room. Appears to be pretty dented up on the tops of those. I don't know if it's just the light. I think those are pretty dented out. And then over here, we have fiberglass sink. Don't know what that is. That's to be attached. Maybe it's a little plug or stopper with the chrome faucet there. So that would be the laundry room. Won't spend too much time in here. And I believe that's it for the kitchen and it for the family room, pantry. The laundry room door is self-closing apparently. Now I found this kind of interesting. I'm not sure what the purpose is here. I always love a good pocket door. I just don't know why there's a pocket door here. I mean, it's a nice door. It's 8 foot. It's wide. It's a pocket door. Pretty cool. I just don't exactly know the purpose of it. Don't know when you would want to have that closed, because here all you really have, ooh, there's that beep again. You have a closet under the stairs, which is very large. I mean, I can walk all the way back here without ducking. They do have light bulbs. So 2 bags of light bulbs. Just haven't been installed. And then we have some very DIY shelves in here, unfinished and just kind of, you know, cheap particle board. But yeah, I'm standing up in here all the way in. Kind of cool. This is the globe I was talking about in the other closet there. But yeah, nice storage on the stairs. We do have the Nest thermostat here. That's going to be Wi-Fi. And then we have a guest bath downstairs, which is nice. Pedestal Kohler sink, very nice. 3 lights up top. That might be tape from the painting. But yeah, again, I'm a guy who likes to see a home nice and clean and professionally clean before putting on the market. Now that door just smacks into the toilet. I don't know if you caught that, not on purpose, but yeah, Kohler toilet back there. So you actually have to come in here, lean back and close this door. Nothing of the homeowner, it's just a design thing. And then you're gonna have the garage here. So out into this garage, nice epoxy floors. We have tankless water heater. Looks to be plumbing lighting out here, except for, again, two of the fluorescent lights need new bulbs. That looks to be an LED, so you might just see a whole new unit there. But we do have behind brand new garage door openers, which I love to see. That's these guys here. So that's the latest and greatest in garage doors, so you don't have the big chain assembly and the thing hanging down, which gives you more roof space. You could do overhead storage. Also just a simpler system and much quieter. Love this garage door. Looks like somebody did so this is either one of two things. Either somebody just did a DIY, I want a faucet involved here and I need some sort of control over it, or they had a water softener and they removed it when they moved. Now, I don't see any indication that there was a water softener, so kind of interesting. We have the water shut off for the whole home, the water shut off for the landscape, and then your whole water pressure valve there for the whole home. And then this is going to be your fire sprinkler panel here. I was going to open it, but it looks like it's going to fall off, so I won't touch it. Sprinkler control over there. And a door going out to the side yard, which is behind the gate. Oh, this light does work. It was just on a motion sensor, I guess. And then this looks like cable management to something that doesn't have a cable in it. Seems to be freshly painted. You have all your paints here. And this is the DIY Home Depot epoxy floor here. And this is kind of what happens there on these types of floors. You can see where it's starting to chip and peel up. And they probably did this when they moved in or shortly after. So this is about typical for that time frame. All right, that's it for the garage. I hope you're enjoying this tour. I'm Andrew Guiant with Simply Vegas. Please give me a call. So we have another alarm setting there. That's probably where you just turn it off and on as you come in. Very modern rail in the gray metal here. And then the stairs and the flooring. Now this flooring, I'll show you a little bit more about that upstairs, but we do have a very shallow toe kick here. 11 years old. Didn't see any issues with it, but that always scares me because typically those are the ones that tend to get loose and kind of fall off eventually. Big modern window here. We have the roller blinds with manual control. And they've also kind of frosted this bottom portion for some reason. Maybe just part of the modern design. I do love this railing here. And we'll head up the stairs. So, don't know if you can see the flooring, but you can see little areas where it's starting to lift. And that kind of goes on as a theme throughout this whole floor. It almost feels like a veneer on top of a plank. So I don't see any issues right now with it. You can definitely see areas that are starting to come up. Yeah, so you can see here, it's just a very thin sticker on top of a plank. So could cause issues in the long run. May need to address that sooner than later. Okay, we got one light on. So you have another stairs going up this way to that third floor. And then this is kind of your loft area. Yeah, I think that's that. So we either are about to pass out from carbon monoxide or the battery's just low. So if you never see this video, I think it would be, I passed out from carbon dioxide and it was nice knowing y'all. However, it's probably just a dead battery. 3 modern windows looking out front. We can see up into Ascaya there. So those are those new homes building way at the top. And beautiful neighborhood. I love all these modern looks here. But yeah, big loft area. Yeah, you can really kind of see the flooring there. They do have the Smurf tubes, USB connections there in that plug, Cat 6, and then a couple lights on different switches here. I will say though that the access to the attic, no fingerprints. I love to see that. That's a good sign. We're gonna have the primary bedroom over this way, but let's start back in bedroom, essentially bedroom number 2, because we saw the casita. So bedroom 2, the bedrooms are pretty big. We have 9-foot ceilings upstairs. I love the modern windows. And then you're gonna have your own bath here. I don't know what that orange is. I wanted to see it from here. I don't want to bend under there and take a look, but I would. So I can't tell what it is. Telephone hookup there. I don't think that's the Cat 6. We do have more Smurf tube, or at least a plug up high and your coaxial up high, and then a walk-in closet. And a nice walk-in closet. We are missing the bar going across the bottom there, but nothing really of note in here. Except for potentially another light bulb out. I only see 1 bulb. I think those hold 2 like we saw downstairs. They are nice enough to leave the glass globe off so we could see that it does need 2 light bulbs. And then, yeah, the ensuite for this bathroom. Fiberglass enclosed tub. Kohler toilet. More sticker or something on the outside. They left the toothpaste dispenser for you. Let's see if we can see what this is. Oh, just tape. That's tape from the painters. Okay. Kohler undermount sink, brushed nickel faucet, and just pretty standard little bathroom here again. Recough that. Very inexpensive. Handyman can do it. But again, you just, when you're listing your home, you want to eliminate the little easy $10 things so that it doesn't come up on the inspection report, because that's going to come up on the inspection report. And sometimes bigger things are easier to handle than a million little things. So, you know, it's just overwhelming for a buyer to see all these little things, and it just, you know, it just makes them second guess what they're trying to do. Missing blinds on this door here. Again, curtain hooks, very lightweight curtains. So those are the only blinds for those windows. And then a custom little, I don't know what you're hanging there. Your necklace. This is that little catwalk. Again, beautiful views, great location. This is Horizon Ridge here. Don't hear any of this traffic inside. All I hear is that beeping. But you can see a neighborhood. This is the gate here. You have the cameras there for security. And then this door goes into the primary, but we'll head over there through the other direction. If you like my tour, like my channel, give me a quick thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. You don't want to miss these tours I put out every other day. I'm trying to put out more. I'm trying to get back to every single day. So I'll just have to get to work here. On these vents, again, you could just brush those off or vacuum cleaner. So the way you clean these vents is you get your regular floor vac and you get the little attachment with the round part with the bristles on it. Fire up your vacuum and you can just suck all that. So it actually brushes it and sucks it off. Very easy to remove all that. But all that stuff's gonna end up going into your air filter. So just another little easy fix. So not only am I a realtor, I'm a homeowner, have been for decades, and just kind of like to take care of my properties. Okay, into this full bath here. So this is going to be the guest bath for the people hanging out in the loft, and also for this bedroom here to the left. So we have this Corian countertops, undermount sink there, Kohler, standard builder grade mirror, same light we've seen, but all the bulbs are on, which is nice. No second light in this bathroom, just wanted to point that out. So it is a little darker over here. There is a custom elephant robe hook. I like that. And then if you don't want to do the elephant, you have a standard right next to it. This is also a Jack and Jill. So you do have entrance from, wow, that's so loud. Kohler toilet. We've gone back to this tile here. And the shower in the corner. Fiberglass insert. It's like maybe that is Corian surrounding the walls there. And then we have this custom shower head hanging way low. Maybe you got some kids. That's okay with me, as long as there's no leaks. And then they've left the toothbrushing stool down here as well. So, and again, that could have been taken away, put in the garage, something. Just the little things, because really, at the end of the day, you can look online, you can look at numbers, you can look at pricing, but it's really how the buyer feels walking in. Does this feel like home? Does this feel like a place you want to be? So just the little things are what add or subtract from that. We do have the wall here with the coaxial, the plug up high again. Only 2 switches on the wall. So typically when you see 2 switches, that's going to be a half hot, meaning one of these outlets on the floor is controlled by the other switch. Usually it's upside down. These all are outside up. And then the other one's going to be the light. So if you want to put a ceiling fan in this room, you have to check with the builder or check, the specs on the home and see if they actually is structurally sound here for a ceiling fan. Because not only does it have to have the wiring, which it doesn't have to, but you have to reinforce the box up there so it can handle the shaking of the heavy fan and just that pull constantly. So you don't want to just throw a ceiling fan up there unless you actually know that it is structurally sound for a ceiling fan. They have a little mini balcony out here. If I can get it open, hold on. Sorry about the camera view. I think I need 2 hands. There we go. So yeah, a little mini balcony out here. Kind of cool little front facing balcony, I guess. They have a big backyard with a pool over there, but lovely mountain views. Wow. Very cool. The other thing I'll point out, well, we do have a screw here. That's not what I was going to point out, but have your cleaners clean these out. Just takes a towel, maybe a vacuum, vacuum those out, then just spray some Pledge on them. Pledge is a dust repellent. Do not use WD-40 or a lubricant. That will actually attract and stick to dust. So you want to just use Pledge. It repels dust. It's a great fix for sliders. That one slides fine. Just a little homeowner note there for you. Big walk-in closet here. Not even gonna say anything. I'm just gonna link the camera up there. Yeah, so they always have these. I don't know how that's attached, but they extend these shelves. I've seen that in several of the closets, which I guess is kind of cool. And then yeah, we could have just I don't know why that's so warped, but it doesn't go right in the hole. And again, I think I'm being particularly pesky today. There we go. That's how they're held in there. Just screw that thing in and it may come out the bottom. And we got that up high one. That's not too bad. I like that up there. Just that extra rack of clothes. Big closets, big space in this home. Big noises. And that's going to be bedroom number 3 here. And we'll go across into this primary, and then we're going to head upstairs and look at that balcony. Kind of a cool space upstairs. Double door entry. Big hallway going back. I guess that's good for privacy, just adding some extra space. And we're into the primary bedroom. Now this primary bedroom is actually huge, very large. Looking for the light switches. Perfect. There we go. On the fan. All right. Yeah, so you get a good look at these upgraded interior doors here. And then there's a lot to like about this primary bedroom here. It is absolutely, I don't know what word I just said. I mixed actually and absolutely, but this room's just huge. We have the door going out to that little catwalk. We were out there earlier. You can see the roller blinds. None of the other windows have blinds or curtain rods, but it is a nice big room, plenty of windows. I love these corner windows, and you can actually get a full view of the strip here, and we're only on the second floor, so the views are spectacular. I mean, that's a great view there. And your bed's clearly going to go here. Now, the issue I see, I do like these. I feel like these windows were filled in. Yeah, those are windows. They painted the glass. You can see a little bit of light leak right there. You see that light leak? So they actually painted the glass with the same color. So I don't know if that was intentional, but kind of unusual, right? Just like, just paint over it. I mean, I guess it's one solution, but you could pretty inexpensively get some tint on those. Yeah, what an interesting find here. Wow. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can see the light leaks there. I don't know what else those would be if they weren't windows. Now, the issue I see is I love a nice big TV in the bedroom, centered right over the bed. I don't watch TV, but I like the option. Now, it's off-centered here, but the wall is angled, and they do have the Smurf tubes and the hookup, so I'm actually okay with that. I feel like no matter where you're at in the bed here, you have a great view of the TV, if that's a concern for you. Just did want to point that out. But there we go. Yeah, amazing views. I mean, you can literally be in bed and see the strip. That's a very, very tiny percentage of the entirety of Las Vegas that gets that, where they can lay in bed and see the strip. I mean, look at this view. I can see the Sphere. Now I'm over at the other window, but wow, that's wild. Okay. And then again, I don't hear any traffic out back at all, so I really wouldn't worry too much about this being on the main street. Some people are very sensitive, but I don't hear any of it. You also have a slider going out to this patio, and I'll show you the difference in sound, hopefully, if the AI doesn't remove it, but check this out. All right, we need two hands again. All right, so regular and sound of cars going by. But yeah, again, great view out here. Fairly high wall, but you put some tall stools out here. You can sit out here, and these trees are kind of blocking the strip. But beautiful mountain views. You can see the airport. You can see everything. Just gorgeous. We'll head back in here and we'll check out this primary bathroom. Then we'll head upstairs. Thank you for being here. I'm Andrew Guiant with Simply Vegas. If you like my tours, like my channel, give me a quick thumbs up down there. Most of the time, I'm very positive on these tours. I just want to point out the good. I want to show you what I like, what I see. However, just doing something a little different today. And I'll let you know if there are repercussions for it. But I don't know if there's anything saying I can't just tell it how it is, you know? We have one more there. Well, yeah, I mean, and not that I'm trying to make things look better than they are on other videos. This one in particular, I really wanted to, for 920,000, just really wanted to show you what you'd be getting into. And a lot of this stuff is just easy, like 2-second fixes. Like here's a good example, right? these lights. This one is off center. All you have to do is just turn it. There we go. It's fixed, right? I mean, that took literally a second. I mean, they're all off a little bit, but they do move. So you could straighten all those up. Now this one looks off. Oh, all right. There we go. Looks pretty straight. I mean, that took what, a second? We have blinds, roller down on here. And again, if you choose these blinds, you're gonna have to stand up there, grab it and pull it down. I mean, at least if you did the roller with the chain, you could just do it from here. But again, I'm kind of nitpicking today. Like the corner tub, kind of a heart-shaped tub. You have the wand. Aquatic is the brand. You have the brushed nickel hardware. And then these custom wood mirrors, they did leave some more tape right there as well from the paint. The shower. I feel like maybe they did a paint job to get this to sell. But I would have kicked in the extra $600 and just got a deep clean throughout the whole place to make sure all that paint was removed, make sure there weren't little things just hanging out everywhere. Big walk-in closet here. Good looking closet. Missing that beam going all the way across the middle there. Here's going to be a lot of electronics, including a mouse. Wow, that's like, that is super interesting that there's a mouse hanging from that, right? It's like the DVR recorder, I think they're recording me out front. Yeah, it's going to be all your electronics there and the hookup for the alarm. And yeah, really nice big closet here, plenty of room, builder grade. No issues here. This is a little unusual looking. But again, it's in the closet. I think they should normalize putting outlets in the closet. You know, I might use that area for ironing, or it's just nice to have a plug in the closet. I think they should normalize that. Missing the little rubber cover on the motion sensor there. But that's it for the primary bathroom. This home built 2014. Is it turnkey? Yeah, I mean, it is. It is. You know, all these little things can be fixed as you live here. It is a turnkey home. Personally, I'd probably just do a real deep clean before I moved in if I was buying this home in the condition it's in. Of course, you're going to have the inspection. Then you're going to have your request for repairs. Typically, that's within the 10-day due diligence. You're going to pay your inspector as the buyer, non-refundable. Choose your inspector, have them come out here, have them inspect the home. It takes about 2 to 3 hours. They're going to provide you with a full inspection report. And then you're going to put together what's called the request for repair. So you're going to tell the seller everything you want repaired before you purchase the home. And then that's another negotiation, which is why you always want to leave room for negotiation. So if you nickel and dime and really put the screws to the seller on the price of the home, they're going to be less likely to work with you during inspection or repairs. Looks like the seal might be broken on this window. I don't know if you can see that kind of stuff. Might just need cleaned, but I have a feeling the seal might be broken on this window. And all that means is all of these are dual pane windows, meaning 2 pieces of glass, and they're sealed. Happens in Vegas more often than you would think. Hot sun beating down on this window constantly. Those seals expand, they extract, it gets cold in the winter. Eventually a little bit of air gets through, and then it'll start creating moisture on the inside. Some builders have lifetime warranty on windows. You just call, you pay like 150 bucks for labor. They switch out the whole window. It's kind of a nice deal. Now up here we have, could be a wet bar and a refrigerator area or wine cooler. I don't see a faucet, but it is plumbed for a faucet. So choose your own faucet, really easy to install. And you actually have plenty of space down there. Handyman could probably do it. You wouldn't have to get a plumber necessarily. Or if you're handy, you could definitely do it yourself, but very easy to install, and you'll have a little sink there. And then throw a fridge or a beverage cooler there. And then this is your party palace right here. Let me see if this turns on these lights. Yes, it does. And one's white and one's orange. That's going to be the original light. When you see those corkscrews inside, they don't really even sell those anymore. They do last quite a long time. This light needs to be pushed up. Not a big deal, but they just need to push that back into the ceiling. We do have plug in the floor. That's nice. Right there. And then you have your Smurf tube, or again, not a Smurf tube, but you have your power, your coaxial up high. Most people don't use coaxial anymore. It's kind of a thing of the past. But you do have your plug, so you can have your free floating TV, probably on Wi-Fi. Another one of those interesting plugs down there was kind of the double screws. And then we have this balcony. We do have 2 sliders here. Kind of cool. I like having all this natural light, or at least being able to see out. And then, oh, what a cool feature up here. So not only are we looking out over the Las Vegas Strip, you have a faucet up here, and then you also have a gas hookup for your barbecue. So you could be grilling up here, watching the game. It's Sunday, have football on. I mean, pretty awesome. And then it really doesn't get much better than this view. I don't know how you get these trees trimmed by the city. This is clearly a city, or probably city, not HOA. But I would probably put in a request to take down like the top 3 feet of this pine, and you'll have unobstructed view of the whole strip. Now, still have an amazing view, not a big deal really, but yeah, I would love to just see like 3 feet cut off the top of that. Maybe it's possible, maybe it's not, but what an insane view. You can see all the way to the mountains from the far left of Southern Highlands, all the way through Summerlin. You have Red Rock back here, and then the whole strip, the Strat, the Spheres back there as well. Then you have downtown Las Vegas here, and then just all of North Vegas over to Sunrise Mountain. And then you can see all the way around towards Boulder City. Lake Mead is off this direction, and around towards like the Black Mountain area. I mean, you really have over 180 degree view. I mean, that is just insane. So great location. One of the only reasons you're getting this view is because you are on the main street. If you're anywhere else in this neighborhood, not on this ledge or ridge here, you're not getting this view. So huge positive there. And yeah, just a gorgeous, gorgeous view. And you're up pretty high, so I don't know if the traffic even would that be that big of a deal. Have a little music going or put a fountain out here, and you're not really gonna hear it too much. What's more annoying is that beep inside, other than the traffic. I'm not too particular to traffic noise, doesn't bother me too much, especially when you go inside, shut the doors, you can't hear it. I mean, these blue herons are built very solid. Oh, we left the lights on over the sink. But yeah, I'm Andrew Guiant with Simply Vegas. Thank you for being here. We're gonna go check out this backyard, and I'll let you get back to your Sunday. Thank you so much. What an interesting tour, huh? I'm struggling down the stairs because I went to this crazy CrossFit class on Friday morning. 2 days later, stairs are a challenge. Yesterday, I probably couldn't even do these stairs, to be honest. I was barely moving. But, you know, that's what I get for taking time off of the gym. You go back and wow, you're sore. It's going to motivate me to not miss the gym for a month or two. Got to get back after it. Okay, back downstairs again. What's this pocket door for? Not sure. But I mean, overall, like, I know I did a lot of nitpicking today. I know I was pretty harsh on a lot of stuff. Overall, though, I mean, you're getting blue heron. You're getting those insane views. Pretty decent sized backyard. You could put a pool out here. I think overall, kind of a one-of-a-kind house as far as location, views, modern. You know, just needs a little TLC, right? Maybe you got to redo the flooring upstairs. Maybe you got to get the grout cleaned. Maybe you got to have a handyman come in and just, oh, we got a shed here. Maybe have a handyman come in and just clean up all those paint things and patch some holes and just kind of, you know, touch up the paint and just kind of get this thing ready to go. A deep clean, obviously. But I mean, overall, and again, I have to run the comps. Let me know what you think of the value. $920,000. You know, you buy this home from me, I will switch out every light bulb in the house for you, no problem, right? Path going out there to that courtyard we saw. So I think at the end of this tour, what I have to say is actually, I do like it. I do like this house. And, you know, again, I would have to run comps to see about value. And of course you want to get it inspected, but I just, overall, you know, what I have to think about at the end of the day, obviously, if the price is right, I mean, what size are we talking about? 3,000 square feet, 920,000. Yeah, it's about 11 years old. You still have, you know, 10 years on the AC minimum. You're going to have a home warranty. If you didn't like the backsplash, you could switch that out. I mean, just minimal things. Probably have to go through and do blinds on the whole home. You know, I think there's some work to do, but I think if the price is right, this could be a beautiful, amazing home. I don't mind the traffic. I don't hear a thing inside here other than that beeping and my own voice. Yeah, so there you go. Make of it what you will. We're also in 89012, which is one of the highest end zip codes in all of Henderson, or the highest end zip code in all of Henderson. 3 stories. You have that upstairs loft, the game room, 4-bedroom, 5-bath. So that's it. Give me a call today. Let's get you out here to tour this home in person. Give me a thumbs up down there. Manager Guiant with Simply Vegas. Thanks for watching. See you on the next tour tomorrow. Mystery Monday coming up. Subscribe so you don't miss it. Bye.